Hey, and I'm back. Welcome to another episode of Out of the Darkness and Into the Light. You know, I just love the way that sounds. You already know that. We're here today out in nature, just enjoying nature, enjoying natural. Had a little rain last night, so you got a little puddle right there in this little area of nature. But that's what nature is all about. Nature knows when it needs enough water. Nature knows when it has enough water. Like I stated before, we're the ones who are building buildings and putting things in the path of nature. Nature's just doing what's natural. It's just doing what's natural. It's such a beautiful morning. There's a little bit of cloudage in the sky. And it did rain last night, but it's not raining today. It's projected to have rain today. Isn't it funny how back in the past, we weren't able to predict the weather. And I don't think we still can predict the weather unless we're controlling the weather. And so I see a lot of news stations, when they do their weather forecast, they'll have a disclosure that comes on and says whatever channel, accurate weather forecast. How do you do an accurate weather forecast now, but in the past you couldn't do it? You couldn't just predict the weather, because whatever prediction you would make, you were just doing just that. You were making a prediction based off of looking at the cloud formations and looking at the sunrise and the sunset, and trying to make a determination of how the weather would be. I remember when I was a truck driver, before I would go to my next destination, I would get in my truck after I woke up in the morning, and I would go outside and just look up in the sky and look up and say which directions the clouds were moving. And if the clouds were nice white cumulus clouds and fluffy puffy clouds and the sun was out, I made a prediction that it was going to be a nice sunny day. I could go ahead and start out on my journey to get to my destination. And then I would calculate how many hours it would take for me to get there. And as I went from city to city, I always paid attention to the clouds. I always looked up to the sky to try to make a determination of what the weather was going to be like. See, I was making a weather prediction. Wasn't accurate, because some places I was looking out and say, oh man, it's nice, beautiful outside, nice blue clear skies, it's going to have perfect weather today, and drive maybe 60 miles outside of that city, and then the clouds would be black and stormy and it would storm. And sometimes I would make a prediction just because it was sprinkling. I would say, oh, it's not going to rain that hard, I don't need any rain gear, I don't need an umbrella. And then I would go out into that weather, and it would rain harder than I predicted, and I would have needed the rain gear, I would have needed the umbrella. And so I was trying to predict nature, natural behavior. That's what I was trying to do. And so we're out here in nature. No need to make any predictions. We're just going to enjoy nature. We're going to enjoy this beautiful day. It's such a beautiful day. And as you can hear, the cicadas are in the trees and they're doing their thing. In most cases, when you hear those guys, it's going to be a nice sunny day. You never hear them on a cloudy day. You never hear them when it's raining. You only hear them when there's going to be a nice cloudy day. And I think they're in tune with the movement of the sun and the intensity of the sun. You can hear them, right? Yeah, they're right over here in this direction, and they're making their calls or what have you. And usually that's a sign it's going to be a pretty good day. And if you look up above here, I could feel the sun trying to come from behind the clouds right there. So looking at the clouds, and I'm not seeing any rain clouds or gray clouds, I'm going to make a prediction that the sun is going to shine really bright today. So I hope the sun is shining really bright in your life today. And just remember today, make an effort to show someone some love. I know it's hard, and I know we've been programmed to not show love. I know we've been programmed to have that self-preservation and just not trust everybody. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying trust everyone. If you see someone and they have like a suspicious behavior and you don't want to go around them and have any dealings with them, don't do that. You know, you got to be able to look out for yourself. Self-preservation. You have to look out for yourself. But in the meanwhile, you can ignore some of these things and some of these behaviors and make the best of the day. You have to remember, the only person that can ruin your day is you. People will try to ruin your day because their day is miserable or their mindset about the day is miserable. But you don't have to fall for that trap, and you don't have to participate in that type of mindset. And that's one of the things that you can do to stay healthy and free. Free where? Free up here. If you stay healthy and free up here, you'll be healthy and free. And that's one of the keys, I believe, that in one of the behaviors and attitudes that I have, that I'm determined to be happy and free. I'm determined to be happy and free. Happy and free with myself, happy and free for myself. And that's one of the determinations I've made. And once again, we're out here in nature enjoying this beautiful, beautiful morning in nature. And it's just such a beautiful thing to see. Nature is so beautiful. I said it before. If anybody's going to win the beauty contest, it's going to be nature. She's going to take first prize in the beauty contest because she is so beautiful. And everything about her is beautiful. Everything about her is beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Gonna give us a minute. There's a Coast Guard airplane flying overhead, and it's kind of loud. It's kind of loud. It's kind of loud, but that's to be expected from an airplane. And once again, this has been another episode of Out of the Darkness and Into the Light. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have a beautiful morning. And remember, just try not to let certain things upset you and bother you. Not only am I talking to you, I'm talking to myself. It pertains to me too. If I'm going to give any knowledge, if I'm going to give any wisdom, and if I'm going to give any advice, the advice first is for me. The wisdom first is for me. The knowledge is first for me. And then once I understand it and grasp the concept of it, then I can pass it on. It's like being a food tester for the king, for the president. Before he eats it, somebody else eats it in front of him to see if it's got poison in it. So I've tasted it. It's not poisonous. It's not poisonous. It's all good, as they say. It's all good. And we're going to come back with another video, but this time, like I said before, we're going to kind of have a brief discussion on the U.S. Constitution and the First Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, and all the various different components that makes up the U.S. Constitution. The Constitution of the United States. The Constitution of the United States. This is going to be a lesson in political science, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. But once again, this has been another episode of Out of the Darkness and Into the Light. I just love the way that sounds. Say bye to nature. Bye, nature. Say bye to natural. Bye, natural. And nature said bye, and so did natural.